100 burpees every single day for 100 days. That is 10,000 burpees total. Most people quit after day 7. Some quit after day 1. I did not. This is what happened to my body, my cardiovascular system, and my mental state when I committed to the most brutal bodyweight challenge in fitness. Comment if you think you could actually finish this. In this lesson, I'm going to break down what 10,000 burpees did to my strength, endurance, body composition, and why this might be the dumbest or smartest thing I have ever done. Class is in session. Let us begin. Day 1. I thought I was prepared. I lift weights, I run, I train consistently. 100 burpees should be manageable. I was wrong. The first 10 reps felt fine. I felt athletic. I felt capable. Rep 15 hit different. My lungs staged a full corporate walkout. My heart rate spiked like I was being chased by a bear. By rep 30, I stopped counting because counting requires oxygen and I had none left. My body was a malfunctioning machine trying to negotiate surrender terms with my brain. I finished 47 burpees before I collapsed on the floor, questioning every life decision that led me here. Day 1 completion rate, 47%. Day 2 was worse. I woke up and my entire body filed a formal complaint. Every muscle from my shoulders to my calves was on strike. Getting out of bed required a business plan. Sitting on the toilet became a full squat workout I did not sign up for. But here's the thing about burpees. They do not care how you feel. I broke them into sets of 10, rested between each set, survived, barely. Days 3 through 7 followed the same pattern. Suffer, rest, repeat. By day 7, I hit 100 burpees for the first time. It took 18 minutes. I was not training. I was just trying not to die. Day 7 stats. Average completion time, 16 minutes. Days I hit 100 reps, 3 out of 7. Resting heart rate increase, 8 beats per minute higher than baseline. Mental state. Regret mixed with stubbornness. Day 10. Something shifted. My body stopped fighting the movement. The soreness faded faster. My recovery between sets improved. I started finishing 100 burpees consistently. Not because they got easier, because I got better at suffering efficiently. By day 15, I noticed real changes. My burpee form improved. My push-ups were cleaner. My jumps were higher. I was no longer a flailing octopus trying to escape a net. I was controlled, deliberate, still suffering, but with purpose. My cardiovascular system was adapting. Resting heart rate dropped from 64 beats per minute to 58 beats per minute. Day 20 was when I realized this was actually working. I completed 100 burpees in under 12 minutes. My body composition started changing too. I lost 4 pounds, but my strength in the gym stayed the same. Translation: I was losing fat, not muscle. Burpees are a full-body metabolic destroyer. 100 burpees took me 12 minutes. That is 120 calories burned per session. Multiply that by 20 days. That is 2,400 calories burned from burpees alone. 1 pound of fat is approximately 3,500 calories. The math checks out. By day 30, burpees were no longer a challenge. They were a routine. I did not need motivation. I did not need a pep talk. I woke up, I did 100 burpees. I moved on with my day. My completion time dropped to 10 minutes. My form was dialed in. My breathing was controlled. I was no longer gasping for air like a fish out of water. I was breathing rhythmically, deliberately. Day 35. This is when I started adding variations. Standard burpees were too easy, so I added burpee pull-ups, burpee box jumps, burpee broad jumps, anything to make it harder. Because here's what nobody tells you about burpees. Once your body adapts, they stop being effective unless you increase the difficulty. Progressive overload applies to cardio just like it applies to strength training. If the stimulus never changes, your body stops adapting. By day 50, my resting heart rate was 54 beats per minute. That is elite athlete territory. The average resting heart rate for men is 60 to 100 beats per minute. Trained athletes sit between 40 to 60 beats per minute. I was now in that range. My cardiovascular system was operating at LeBron James efficiency. Your heart is still working like a rookie in overtime. Days 60 through 80 were not about physical adaptation. They were about mental endurance. Burpees were no longer hard. They were boring. The challenge was not the movement. It was showing up every single day. No matter how tired I was, no matter how busy my schedule was, no matter how much I wanted to skip, I did not. This is where most people quit. Not because the workout is too hard, because the routine becomes monotonous. But monotony is where discipline is built. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is permanent. By day 80, I was completing 100 burpees in under 9 minutes. My cardiovascular endurance was at an all-time high. I could run longer without fatigue. I could lift heavier without gassing out. My body was operating like a Tesla on a full charge, while everyone else was running on fumes in a 1992 Honda Civic. Days 85 through 100 were a victory lap. I was not training anymore. I was proving a point. 100 burpees every day for 100 days is possible. Not easy, but possible. By day 100, I completed my final set in 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Total burpees completed, 10,000. Total calories burned from burpees alone, approximately 12,000 calories. That is the equivalent of running 120 miles. Burpees are not just a cardio exercise, they are a full body conditioning tool that builds strength, endurance, and mental toughness. But they come at a cost. My joints took a beating. My knees, wrists, and shoulders were sore frequently. Burpees are high impact. Every rep is a mini shock to your system. If you do not have proper landing mechanics, you will injure yourself. I had to be meticulous about form. One lazy rep could mean a rolled ankle or a tweaked wrist. 100 burpees every day for 100 days taught me something most people never learn. Your body is not your limit. Your mind is. On day 1, 100 burpees felt impossible. By day 100, 100 burpees felt like a warm-up. Nothing about my genetics changed. Nothing about my physiology changed overnight. What changed was my tolerance for discomfort. I stopped negotiating with myself. I stopped asking if I felt like doing burpees. I just did them. That is discipline. Not motivation, not inspiration, discipline. Showing up when you do not want to. Executing when every part of you wants to quit. Finishing what you started even when no one is watching. 10,000 burpees did not just change my body, they changed how I approach everything. So here is your challenge. You do not need to do 100 burpees for 100 days. Start with 10 burpees every day for 7 days. Just 7 days, 70 total burpees. Tag me in the comments. Prove to yourself that you can commit to something uncomfortable. Because if you can do that, you can do anything. Remember, the work is the lesson. The lesson is the power. Graduate stronger. Class dismissed.